along with her blood and his DNA.
Now I know you're lying. He was at the beach. A special place he likes to go. He told me so. He had sand in his shoes. That's why I asked him about it. He said he had gone there to meditate. He decided he was going to ask me to marry him while sitting on that beach.
What beach, Susan?
Susie said Yates sometimes took her to the main beach in the summer.
There's no bodies out here. It's too public.
You're right. This place is mobbed in the summer.
Yeah, but Yates did speculate that the killer liked to come back and visit.
Maybe they're both planning this.
Someplace sacred. Search the woods.
Hey,
Is it her?
no. Some old bones, a skull.
We got thigh bones, pelvic bones, a hand.
All complete decomp. They've been there for years.
My God.
Hey, Sarge.
We got her.
Sorry.
Cover up.
Nadia Dakotas.
Yeah.
She's the one you worked with.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She was raped and tortured and killed in a car that Yates dumped in Upper Manhattan. He must have stolen another car to transport her to his burial ground.
Burial ground. How many of us?
7 remains so far. Working through the night. They're still digging.
The bodies have been there for years. It's down to skulls and bones. We're looking at dental records. 2 hits so far.
No forensics? Nothing to tie him to any of them?
No, Yates usually chooses his victims at random. Okay, he either burned the bodies or he buried them. He never left evidence.
Not even with the 2 Vicks and Queens.
There's no blood from them on his clothes or on his body. He must have changed his clothes, washed himself. None of his DNA's in their apartment.
Can the Vic who survived that
See anything here?
Brain damage. I got a state's attorney standing by in Chicago. We can try Yates for his last 2 victims there.
You mean the one he burned, along with any evidence? Or the one who apparently died while Yates was walking in the park with one of your detectives, along with your whole squad there to alibi him?
Hold on, Barma. This might be something. Nadia Dakotas was not random. This was a screw you to Chicago PD.
Do we even have any evidence that puts Yates in the car?
Yes, we have forensics and we have footage of him driving.
Not to mention he admits it.
She's our best case. Nadia Dakotas.
Nadia Dakotas would be horrified to find me on trial for her murder. She was someone I grew close to.
Is there a point to this?
Yes. In light of the serious charges I'm facing, I've decided it's in my best interest to represent myself.
Dr. Yates, are you sure? You are entitled to competent counsel, and Miss Crane is an experienced attorney.
She is, but with all due respect, it's my life at stake, not hers.
Very well. Trial will proceed with Miss Crane staying on as co-counsel.
As those autopsy and crime scene photos show, Nadia Dakotas had been struck repeatedly by a heavy object in head and chest, suffering traumatic wounds pre-mortem. She was then strangled. There are also ligature marks on her wrists and ankles, indicating she had been bound.
Were there any signs of sexual assault?
Wounds and tears to her vagina and rectum, indicating violent penetration.
I see. Thank you.
Doctor, forgive me, I am new at this. But those wounds of the vagina and rectum, are those the kinds of things you might see in the body of an active prostitute?
To some extent, but
To
not.
some extent. Nothing further.
Nadia loved her job. She really turned her life around. She was studying criminology to become a police officer. That was her dream.
A dream. Did she ever tell you she wanted to throw it away and move to New York?
Absolutely not. When she disappeared, I knew something had happened to her.
Objection. What the witness thinks she knows can't be evidence.
Sustained.
Detective Lindsay, when did you next see Miss Dakotas?
When we found her body in a shallow grave,
So something had happened to her. I'm very sorry.
Detective Lindsay, did you meet Ms. Dakotas through friends?